Dear faculty, here I am going to show you how to distribute the marks using the small software that we have developed. So first what we need to do is download the continuous assessment sheet from the AUMS. So I am going to now distribute end semester marks, mid-sem marks and continuous marks so that it can be used for our OBE calculation. First I will show end semester, then I will show end semester mid-sem, then I'll show continuous assessment. So it's a very simple tool. First you have to open the tool. So if you open the tool, it will ask to browse an Excel sheet and it will ask how many columns of marks that you want to distribute and how many columns has the question wise marks. So if you are going to distribute end semester, that is only one column. So naturally this will also be 1. So if you are going to distribute end semester mid sem, then it will be 2 and this will be 2. If you are going to distribute NSEM, PT1, PT2 continuous assessment, then this will be 4. This will be obviously 4. Then you have to press the distribute marks, then press the save distribute marks. But before that, we have to prepare the one Excel file that you have to browse here and give. So first I will show you how to prepare the Excel file. Now assume we are going to distribute only NSEM marks. So open Excel file. So the first column will have name of the student, then register number, then we are going to put end semester marks, then end semester question wise marks. Means in end semester if 10 questions are there, then 10 like that you should have for 10 cells. So here I am assuming I had 10 questions and 10 each. So you can see 10 questions, 10 each, the sum is 100. So if you had a different distribution, for example, there was an 8 mark question, there is a 2 mark question, and this could be a 12 mark question, again an 8 mark question. So now the number of questions is 12. Okay, but sum is coming 110. So you have to ensure that the sum is 100. Okay, so let me delete this. So first you have to put the name, registration number, then end semester, each student how much he got, then question wise marks. So from the continuous assessment sheet, I am going to copy the end semester marks. Copy. Here I can put the student registration number and name. So first column is registration number, second column is name. Third column is end semester. I conducted for 50 marks. So yeah, I had one 20 mark question, I had one 10 mark question, then I had one 8 mark question and a 2 mark question. So 30, 40, another 10 mark question. So each of these marks will be distributed proportionately for these things. So if this is ready, so end semester marks, what the student has got, how you have given in the question paper. So save this file. So once you have saved the file, go to the software, say browse the Excel file, that is I named it as sample, open that, then okay, then only one column of marks we need to distribute, so 1, then only one column is having the question wise marks, so then you distribute it. Okay, save the distribute file. It will ask where you want to save. You can put marks distribution, like that you can save it. Once done, say okay. Now let us go check how the mark has been distributed. So here you can see, if you open the file, you see for each of the student how the mark was distributed. So this we need to copy and put it into the Excel file that will be generated by the software that I will say later. Now this is only one end exam. Now assume I want to do distribution for the continuous assessment. Now let us see how to do it. So again I'm using the sample file. This we can remove because this is not, I'm going to put continuous assessment. So instead of end I'm putting continuous assessment. So heading can be anything. Okay, heading can be anything. Here I'm going to put question wise marks. So my I have 4 evaluations and I am reducing to 30 marks. Now depends upon how you distributed. For example, if your subject has 4 COs, then you can put, and these components are distributed among all the 4, then you put 4 questions only, equal distribution. So that will be 7.5, 7.5, 7.5 for each of the COs. Assume your lab covers only 2 COs, then you put 2 questions, 15 marks each. Or assume that CO1 is more, CO2 is less, then 2 questions, 20 for CO1 and 10 for CO2. This you have to do wisely. Now let us assume I'm going to do distribution for continuous assessment. Put the continuous marks, question wise marks. Assume my lab covered only three COs, okay, and CO1 was more, so I'll put 15 for CO1, 10 for CO2 and 5 for CO3, because I'm assuming that my lab evaluations only 3 hours covered, no matter how many COs are there in a subject. Now same procedure we will repeat. Go here to the software, browse the Excel file. Before browsing, you just save this file. So sample, open, then same, we have only one column, so put 1 1 and say distribute marks and say save the distribute marks. So you can save it wherever you want. So you give a unique name, so give save. So this is marks CAC. So it will be saved. Now you can go take it. Now here CAC. You can see that only the mark is distributed for the, so 21 is distributed as 21 here across 3 questions. So this you can copy and paste it. Now let me show for distributing all the 3, how to do for all the 3. So let me remove this, this is not required. So I have I have midterm, then I have CAC, then I have NSEM. All these marks you first copy from the Excel sheet and put it here. First I have midterm, then I have continuous assessment, that is here. Then I have NSEM marks. Okay, now corresponding midsem, how many questions? So midsem question wise marks, CAC question wise, then NSEM question wise. So assume my NSEM midsem had only 3 questions. Okay, so 10, 10, 30. My continuous assessment, assume all the COs were covered and equally distributed. So assume I have 5 COs, so 5 questions. So continuous 30, right? So 5 questions divided by, so 30 divided by 5 questions, that will be 6 each. Now end semester, assume I had 10 questions of 10 each. So this all data you have to take from your question paper and put it here. Okay, now the idea is midsem marks, continuous mark, endsem mark, all the things we are going to distribute. Midsem questions, we had 3 questions, and how this is the mark distribution for 3 questions. Continuous assessment and distributing among all the COs equally. So 30 marks divided by 5, so that will be 6. Then end semester, assume I had 10 questions. Actually this is 50 marks, so I will remove the 5 questions. So 5 questions, 5 questions, 3 questions. So end sem, mid sem is for 50 marks. Okay, now I will just save the file. Then we have to go to the software, browse the file. I have to distribute 3 components, so put 3 here and 3 here and say distribute marks. Okay, then you say save distributed marks and you say marks all. So that will be saved. Madam. So now you can go to marks all and see how the marks are distributed, and you can copy this to the Excel files that will be generated for the using the software. Just you have to copy paste in that so that the COPO can be done.